And now you're Rippard M. Jantz?
That's his full name.
Oh, okay. And Devin's still a wubby uggy, whatever you were just saying.
Whoopee
It's
uppy.
me, Johnny Bones.
It's Johnny Bones. Johnny
Johnny
Bones. I
Bones
gotta peace out in a little bit here.
and Rippard M. Jantz. So let's see. Not only is Carmen promoted, but Rico is promoted to squad leader after showing some initiative and quick thinking during the training exercises. He befriends Ace Levy, Sam
Hey,
Busey. But Rico's only able to excel at the training sims due to suggestions from Dizzy. So he's kind of, but
he's
he's a man, so he's going to be the one promoted.
he's kind of abusing his weird parasocial relationship with Dizzy.
Abusey.
He's abusing it.
And then Rico later receives like a Dear John like video from Carmen. She desires a career with the fleet, which means that she's going to be there much longer duration than the 2 years that the service is for. So she won't be able to meet Rico when his term concludes. And so she ends her
Stroking his
relationship
ass.
with him due to their diverging career paths and kind of her growing feelings for her flight instructor, Xander.
She's gonna be with Xander now. I guess close proximities do bedfellows make. Right, Devin?
Astute.
Which is why we always sleep together.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's why we always play Rock Band together.
Yeah, and footsie.
And have sex together.
The big three: Rock Band, footsies, and have sex. Sleeping. So, following a live fire training incident, Rico, during one guy's like, I've got a helmet malfunction. He tells him to take it off. They're using live rounds. The guy dies. Not kind of a leader. It's kind of his fault. And then causes another member to quit out of guilt for shooting the guy in the head. So Rico's demoted and he gets whipped.
Bye-bye, Rico.
I mean, he's still there, but you get to see some actual like whipping. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
Don't gruesome.
me don't likey that.
Devin, you ever been whipped?
Can't say I have.
Tastefully.
Yeah, really?
Really?
Tastefully.
I don't think I've
Wow.
ever been whipped.
I've not been whipped.
You'd remember it if you did, Lucas.
Even tastefully?
Yeah.
If you've been,
remember
God,
first whipping.
I really would have remembered if I'd been flogged before by some brute. No, so oh man, that's so funny. So Rico's not fired, as Sergeant Zim believes that Rico can still be salvaged. So Ace is promoted to the squadron leader instead.
Ace.
But then Rico's
Ventura.
Ace.
Ace Bailey.
Yeah, Ace Bailey. But Rico then realizes this isn't for him. He resigns. He calls his parents to ask if he can return home. They're like, yes, come join me. And then the call's cut off because an asteroid launched by the Arachnids obliterated Buenos Aires, killing his family and millions of people.
They're all dead.
But we're supposed to have this defense system to like stop asteroids.
That's goofy.
It's because of Carmen. The Roger Young was deployed near Jupiter. They had seen the asteroid coming, but the asteroid damaged the ship's communication array in the collision, and the ship couldn't warn the planetary defenses in time before it collided with Earth.
So then Rico's like, fuck this, I'm gonna go get revenge. I'm going after those bastards.
Yeah.
This movie predates 9/11, but that is what a lot of the American war machine did after 9/11 happened. They're like, I'm gonna fucking get those fucking Middle Easterner bastards and join the army.
The war on terrorism.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rescinds his resignation, remains with the infantry as an invasion force, and gets deployed to Klendathu.
That's right.
Also, Carmen, although it was kind of her fault, was praised for her quick thinking that saved at least the rest of the ship, even though she was
the hundreds of millions in Argentina.
Yeah, Even though she was flirting with Xander at the time and not paying attention. But then you get more war propaganda commercials. These commercials contain our protagonists. You get to see Rico and Carmen and Carl and Dizzy and Ace, all the heroes, on the ground and in the air
Doing
doing,
some action shit, committing genocides.
yeah,
Yeah.
real hero shit.
Yeah.
And the invasion force, they gather at an advanced space station called Ticonderoga, not to be confused with the
The
pencil.
pencil.
The best pencils.
I like a pen.
Me too. I'm left-handed, so I smudge everything I write, so I only use pens.
Is that a thing?
Yes. Oh, it's so bad.
What do you mean, smudge?
Because you guys, when you write as a righty, you're pulling across the paper, but as a lefty, I push across the paper. So everything I write, then my hand goes over the top of it.
Whoa.
Have you considered just not?
Shit.
Flip the paper upside down.
Are you still going the same direction? I would have to write in reverse.
Did you try flipping the paper?
Yeah, next page.
Just keep flipping. It'll happen eventually.
Yeah.
One of these has got to turn it around.
Boys, Rippard has to sign out here, I think, for the evening. He's got a fishing tournament to get to.
What?
So would you like my rating for the film?
I would love your rating for the film and a recommendation.
And Rippard's rating as well?
Yeah, it rips ratings and reviews.
Rips ratings and reviews, TM. Rippard gives this movie a 10. And I'm going to give this movie a 8.4.
Wow.
On the lasagna scale. It's a prescient war, jingoism, patriotism satire.
Jingoism, hell yeah.
With some fun bug smashing. And it does the thing that I love. I think to a less degree, but it does the thing that District 9 does that I love, where they're a really gross, icky alien monster thing. But then if you think about it, you need to root for them at the end of it all. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my score for.
I had so much empathy for the brain bug at the end. Like I could see its face. I could see its pain.
It's just a chief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and are you recommending then? 8.4 probably?
Of course. Brandon.
Sorry, man. Sorry, Rippard.
Sorry, Rippard says. That was Rippard speaking. I flip it on like a switch.
Flip it so you don't smudge it. Yeah, flip it on.
Rippy.
Yeah.
Rippy Jan. Signing out. How do I leave this thing? I don't want to hit stop video, do I?
No, you just leave the call.
I just hit the X button.
Yeah.
All right. Later, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye. I believe. Do you want to do part 3?
This is part 3. Is he still here? Is he still on your screen too?
Yeah, but he's frozen. I don't know.
I'm confused. Yeah, this is part 3.
Where was part 1?
Days ago.
You want to do part 4?
No, I don't want to do part 4.
All right,
I don't have any other nights.
Let's cruise.
The invasion force, they gather at Ticonderoga deep inside the arachnid quarantine zone. But Carmen and Rico, they come face to face. They're like, oh, I love you too. But Rico gets into a physical altercation with Xander when Xander's taunting him about being a dumb infantryman. Dizzy has to separate them, saying mobile infantry and fleet do not mix. They're a Romeo and Juliet, Montague and Capulet. They're
oil and water.
They're a werewolf and vampire scenario.
Vampires love kissing werewolves. That's a well-known fact.
You've seen the Twilights, right?
No.
Oh man, Marina's been watching them because we did it on the podcast, and I gave her a spoiler. I was like, and anybody that hasn't seen the Twilights and want to, spoilers here. I was like, so Jacob, Taylor Lautner's character, right? He's always fighting for Kristen Stewart's love, but she's always with Edward, the vampires, and then she gets turned into a vampire. It's like, you won't believe who he falls in love with. She's like, okay, tell me who. I was like, they do this thing where they imprint, where it's like they recognize their soulmate and they've got to fall in love with them and they won't stop. And I was like, you won't believe it. But it's Edward and Bella's daughter that they have. He imprints on the newborn.
Ooh, that's what
The half vampire newborn.
that's like pedophilia, right?
It's the worst.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like it.
So, but yeah, they don't mix like oil and water. And then an invasion force is deployed to Klendathu, the Arachnids' home planet. But military intelligence underestimates the planet's defensive abilities because soon the bug batteries, it's like, oh, he left finally.
Woo!
The bug
Ripper.
batteries, they're like plasma shot out of their assholes or something. They're shooting it into the air and they're like, oh, they're just lights, they're just distractions to scare us. No, they're taking out ships orbiting like crazy.
Oh shit.
And Carmen's own ship is hit by the battery and severely damaged. But down on the ground, mobile infantry's down there, bugs everywhere. But also giant bugs that shoot more bugs and plasma out of their asses. So there's just bugs flying and plasma flying and bugs on the ground and spiders with the daggers.
Dagger spiders.
And then, so they just start nuking them. They just start throwing like giant bazooka grenades at them and things. And I'm like, if you have all of these, why are you even dealing with your little assault rifles?
Yeah.
Because you got to hit them with like 80 rounds of an assault rifle before it goes down.
You think they'd have the technology?
You'd think, but they don't. And the first strike on Klendathu was a total disaster, with over 300,000 casualties in 1 hour. And Rico, his leg is severely wounded.
Rico.
He shoots his way out until finally gets attacked and all goes black.
Not Rico.
And back on the ship after all the plasma rays, Carmen's like looking to see all the casualties. She types Rico's name in, says killed in action.
No.
So Carmen's like, my boy is dead. I better fuck Xander.
I was just about to say that word forward.
What are you saying right now? I don't even understand you.
I might be having a stroke.
A streesure?
A streesure.
But it was a mistaken classify KIA because he's rescued and put into the rehabs facility with the remainder of his unit. And honestly, their like medical abilities to like heal somebody back up is insane because he's ready to go like right away.
It's like an Aes Sedai using healing. When she weaves flows of air and spirit.
What the fuck are you saying now? What is Aes Sedai?
They're Aes Sedai, they're from the White Tower.
I don't know what
they
this
survived
is.
the breaking of the world.
I don't know what this is.
You wouldn't.
Is this the Black Tower? Is that movie and book?
No, that's the Dark Tower series by
The
Stephen
Dark King. Tower. Are you talking Lord of the Rings?
No, this is Wheel of Time, Robert Jordan.
No, I don't know this one then. I was throwing out as many towers. Twin Towers? Are you talking about the Twin Towers?
I wish I was. Gone but never forgotten.
Never forget. Always remember. Remember me.
Nailed it.
Remember me.
Nailed it.
And so Rico, Ace, and Dizzy are reassigned to a mobile infantry special crew called the Roughnecks, an elite unit commanded by their fucking teacher, Lieutenant Gene Razak. And the Roughnecks are assigned, they're going to go clear an outer planet around Klendathu. So it's not the home planet to the Arachnids, but an outer one to set up base there.
This makes me want to rewatch the movie.
Hell yeah. How long ago did you watch?
Like probably a year.
Oh, okay, not that long ago,
No,
but
yeah.
and Rico, they're on the ground, they're killing. He gets promoted to corporal after nuking a bug hole and jumping on the back of and destroying a tanker bug that has like a flamethrower forehead and is like thick skinned. It impresses Rashak. So after this mission, it's successful. They drink beer, they play football, Ace plays violin. It's good times.
Should have been baseball.
Oh yeah, that's right, because of the bat.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah,
You
yeah,
can't
yeah.
protect yourself playing football.
True. Wait, is this American football?
It's there, yeah, they were holding American footballs, yes.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
And then Rico refuses to dance with Dizzy. As that stuff is behind him, that's high school shit. But after Rajak comes over and tells him not to pass up a good thing, he finally reciprocates Dizzy's love for him, and they get it on, boobs and all.
That's the music that was going on in his head.
The big nudity you were probably thinking about earlier in the film was the co-ed shower scene where
Yeah.
men and women are showering together. And it was like one of the first co-ed shower scenes ever.
Really?
Yeah, groundbreaking.
Nice.
And the
Wow.
director and the cinematographer, the guy behind the camera, got naked for it as well to make people
Is,
more comfortable.
was that one of the cast facts?
It was.
Nice.
So they get it on. And the Roughnecks, after this mission, they respond to a distress call from Planet P, where they discover an outpost has been devastated by the bugs. But the distress call ends up being a trap because when the bugs get inside the base members' brains, they suck them out. There's like a special bug, that the brain bug, that sucks them out and then can transmit these things using their brains, and so the arachnids are swarming this outpost.
No.
And Rico, who's now an acting sergeant, has to kill his teacher. He has to euthanize him after a buried bug bites off his legs. He's like, "You know what to do to me, man." So he shoots him.
Then they kiss.
No. But speaking of kissing, a bug stabs Dizzy through the torso, and she dies in Rico's arms as they are rescued by none other than Carmen and Xander, who land on that planet.
Mother heck.
And then, of course, the group returns and they have to give a eulogy for Dizzy. So he's up there just like crying and giving a eulogy, which makes it real.
Yeah. Really, eulogy.
Yeah. When it's a eulogy, it's all about you. But when you want
Yeah.
to make it, it's a
It's a
her, it's a
themagy.
it's a her
Themagy.
a herlogy when it's about
Herlogy.
her.
Yeah. I like that.
And Rico and Carmen, they reconnect and encounter Carl, Neil Patrick Harris, their friend, who's now a high-ranking intelligent officer. And he reveals that the Roughnecks were deliberately ordered into this trap. It was all a
Son of
setup,
a.
justifying it as a necessary sacrifice to confirm the said existence of a brain bug. Um, that has been strategically directing the others. He's like, I didn't know it was going to be you guys on the ground. I just had to say someone. I was like, I am so sorry.
Oops,
You
my
guys are my
bad.
homies. Yeah. Oops. All
Oops.
berries. And he then promotes Rico again. Rico's just climbing the ladders. He's a lieutenant now, gives him full command of the Roughnecks. He's got his own squad, and ordering the infantry to return to Planet P to capture that brain bug.
Get the brain bug.
Hey, 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 hey.
Get the brain bug.
And so, as the Roughnecks join the mission, the fleet encounters unexpectedly heavy fire from the bugs on the ground, the plasmas. And Carmen's ship, the Roger Young, is destroyed. She couldn't
No,
dodge this one. She's not that good of a pilot.
not Carmen.
Yeah, a woman driver, a woman flyer.
Unbelievable.
But she gets into an escape pod with her and Xander, and they crash onto Planet P. And fucking Xander's like, "Here's the coordinates. Do you think you can land it well?" And she's like, "Yeah, of course I can." Then she fucking hits a mountain and then breaks through another mountain and ends up in this bug tunnel system, which luckily is near Rico's point. and they're like, they hear about them crash landing. They're like, we've got to do a mission to get the brain bug, but we've also got to try and save them. And he's guided. You don't know it yet, but everybody's going one way, and he's like, no, we got to go this way. We got to go. It's psychic telecommunication from Carl.
Oh, I was gonna say it's the Force.
Carl Weezer. Jimmy's mom.
That was good. That was
Thank
good.
you. I've never tried to do that before. I
It might
just
be your calling. Quit your choir. Just like stand at the side, like a corner of the road, and just do that. Jimmy's
just
mom.
oh, that was good too.
Oh shit! Maybe we'll both be there.
It's a duet. Different octaves, so
Yeah,
harmonizing.
yeah, we'll be like seagulls.
I think this is the worst performances of all time. Harmony, Jimmy's mom, Carl Weezer's that are like seagulls.
Yeah, I think there's an audience that we can find.
I mean, there's an audience for everything. We
Yeah.
could find something. So, um, yeah, unknowingly guided by the psychic suggestions, he takes Ace and Sugar Watkins into the tunnels to try and rescue them. And they find Carmen and Xander surrounded by all the bugs, but including the brain bug, which had used its proboscis, the little sucker thing, that like
Mm.
that
Mm-hmm.
butterflies and all
Mm-hmm.
them have,
Yeah.
pierced it into Xander's skull, ate his brain, and you see him like fucking dying there. Pretty graphic again. This is a graphic movie.
Yeah.
But before it can take Carmen's brain, she cuts off the proboscis with a knife that Xander gave her, and she's like trying to back the bugs away when Rico comes in holding a nuke. And the brain bug's smart. It's a fucking brain bug. He sees the nuke and he's like, "Oh, we gotta like I gotta get
Hold
out of
up.
here.
Hold up. Hold up.
I gotta back out of here." So Brainbug recognizes it, allows them to leave, but all the dumb bugs attack and follow. So they're shooting, they're shooting. Sugar Watkins gets sliced right across. He's dying. He's like, "Give me the nuke. I'm gonna sacrifice myself while you guys escape." So he detonates the bomb. He kills the bugs. And after they get back to the surface out of the tunnels, they find that former Sergeant Zim, the drill sergeant, he had requested a demotion to a private so that he could get back into the field and serve on the front line. He captured the brain bug. A fucking hero.
Oh my God. Goes him.
And Carl congratulates Rico, tells him and Carmen that humans will soon now be victorious, and that military intelligence can study the brain bug, which he reveals through a psychic scan. He just puts his hand on the bug and he's like, "This bitch is afraid." They're like, "Oh, no,
Oh shit.
we won." It's afraid. And then they start poking it and slicing it and all that stuff to do its research. And then you get one last propaganda clip showing Carmen, now a captain commanding a battleship. You get Ace and Rico as model servicemen. You get Carl as the intelligent, encouraging viewers to enlist, do their part, become citizens. And that's the end of said movie.
Enchanté.
You watched this a year ago, and Lucas isn't here. So we're gonna have a ton of quotes. That means
Oh, it's so many. But I'm gonna guess that you have 9. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a weirdly changing amount of quotes.
man, I love you. I've got 13.
Oh.
But you still win because you're within 8. Um, actually, some profound quotes from like the military, but then also some dumb ones because it is a satire, but it's
Hmm.
also just like fascist propaganda. The teacher, Gene Rashak, he says, "This is for all you new people. I have only one rule: everybody fights, no one quits. If you don't do your job, I'll kill you myself."
Damn.
Yeah, he means
No retreat.
business. Gene again. He goes, "Figuring things out for yourself is the only freedom that anyone really has. Use that freedom and make up your own mind, Rico. A great quote.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Free will, baby.
I wonder if the same like writers and directors and everything did the second movie because it sucked.
I kind of want to see just how
Yeah.
bad it is in comparison. Um, Johnny Rico. Someone asked me once if I knew the difference between a civilian and a citizen. I know now. A citizen has the courage to make the safety of the human race their personal responsibility. Dizzy was my friend. She was a soldier. But most importantly, she was a citizen of the Federation. A very beautiful, like, little eulogy there,
Yeah.
but it's also just pushing war propaganda on you. Like, you got to do this. It Nazi coded.
Yep.
Dizzy. She goes, my mother always told me that violence doesn't solve anything. And Jean goes, really? I wonder what the city founders of Hiroshima would have to say about that. And Carmen goes, they wouldn't say anything, sir. Hiroshima was destroyed. And I was like, God damn, why you got to bring that back in here? Yeah, of
Still
course they
bringing up
wouldn't say anything.
Hiroshima and like when was this? Like 2200 or
This,
whatever?
yeah, the 23rd century.
Yeah.
Um, Johnny Rico. I just thought this was so funny because they're saying if you would kill the bugs, and he just goes, "Well, I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say kill them all." It was like, is this a like a, a stab at South Americans? Kill them
Yeah.
all. I'm from
Ooh.
Buenos Aires.
E.
Another Johnny Rico one when they see the brain bug, he goes, "You're some sort of big fat smart bug, aren't you?" It's like that's so clunky. There's these
I've been
beautiful propaganda quotes, and then you get that.
I've had that told to me before. Someone said that to me.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That was your
Yep.
nickname in high school?
Yeah, it was long-winded, but
Big fat smart bug.
yeah.
Um, Carmen and Johnny are kind of like making out, and he tells her, he's like, I'm gonna sign up for the federal service tomorrow. And she goes, that's great. My father's not home tonight. It was like, oh, all righty.
Let's
Goes straight
go.
to the chase. Didn't care what he had to say. Um, this one just made me laugh because he's a rich kid, Johnny. They're like, we'll send you on this beautiful gap year vacation. He goes, I don't want to go on a vacation. I want to be a citizen. And I was like, you're any other human being would die for a 1 year vacation.
I would love that. Did you do a gap year?
I did not.
No.
I did not.
No.
Did you do a gap year?
I did a lot of them. Starting to really think I might not go back.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wait until after Elon tomorrow or the next
Okay.
day.
Yeah, fair.
Um, what is this? Oh, um, this is Rico talking to Dizzy, talking to Carmen, and he just goes, "My mother was right about you. You look very good in a uniform." I was like, "Your mother was saying how your girlfriend would look good in a military uniform? Did she hate her because she wanted her to go and die, or is she sexually attracted to his girlfriend?" It could be either.
Sigmund Freud? Is that you?
It's a Schrodinger's military uniform.
Exactly, yeah.
Four more. At killing a bug after it stares at him, Watkins just goes, "Huh? You like that?" And then shoots it a bunch more. And they're like, "It's dead. It's dead." He goes, "You monkey sucking sack of maggot fucking puke." And I was like, "Oh my God."
That's a good one.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Um, oh, when Dizzy and Rico are getting it on in their little tent after their successful mission,
Hang on,
Gene
I think
knocks on
someone
the
knocked
door.
on my door.
What?
But
Get
keep
your
talking.
bat. Get your bat. Rico is in there banging with Dizzy, or just about to. Gene knocks on the door and he goes, Rico, there's been a distress call on Planet P. Get your shit together and get ready in 10 minutes. And he goes, yes, sir. And then he's like, wait, who is that with you? And she just kind of pulls down her covers and she goes, it's Flores, sir. And he goes, you know what? Make it 20 minutes. My guy was so pro them hooking up. It's crazy. He wanted these just graduates to bang for so long. Um, Jesus, what? Another Sugar Watkins quote. He's just seeing dead bodies everywhere when they arrive on Planet P, and he just immediately goes, "Gee, someone really humped the bunk." What the fuck does that mean? That's not a common saying whatsoever. Nobody says that.
Yeah, dude. No one says that.
When you see a dead body and you say someone really humped the bunk.
Ooh, yeah, I could wear one.
And then my last one. Um, kind of heroic, actually. I was like, oh hell yeah. Watkins is dying and he asks for the nuke. And Rico's like, are you trying to be a hero, Watkins? And he goes, no. I'm trying to kill some goddamn bugs, sir. Like, oh hell yeah! You're about to make me enlist right now.
I
I'm
would.
drinking the punch.
Would you? Would you sign up?
No, I'm not a military kind of guy.
I'd probably sign up, but I'd want to be like a mechanic or something.
Yeah, or a glass glazer.
Dude, I'd glaze the eyes of my enemies.
Whoa! Why are you eating chips into the microphone?
Can you hear it?
Yes, of course I can hear it. There you go.
Do you
So
like it?
that's my quotes. It's ratings time, and you're the only one. This is your chance to win.
Let's go.
Thermometer, critics, percentage, yay or nay?
84.
Seth wins. It's a 72%. They still liked it quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then people,
84.
Seth wins. It's a 70%.
People liked it less than critics.
Just barely. But what about IMDb?
77.
Seth wins. It's a 52.
Oh my god. They hated this.
They were neutral about it. And then the people on IMDb out of 10.
7.6.
There, finally. You got 1 point. But you got the least amount of points. It was a 7.3. You got the least amount of points, which means you have to register as a sex offender. So
Oh, sweet. I was looking forward to that.
that's why you lost. You were
Yeah.
doing it purposefully. And a 7.3 is actually really high on our list of all-time movies. It comes in at the 176th worst film we've done, or the 30th best film.
Ooh.
Films just worse than this include Chef, The Gods Must Be Crazy, The Last Unicorn, School of Rock, and Videodrome. And then just better than this, Hereditary,
Ooh.
The Mitchells versus the Machines,
Ooh.
The Florida Project, What We Do in the Shadows, My Dinner with Andre, and The Little Prince.
Nice.
So it's in good company. God, you're eating more Pringles? You opened a nut. Oh, it's Lay's. I heard you open another bag.
No, it's just the one bag.
Oh, it's just endless. It's an endless pit of sour cream and onion chips.
Oh, that's great.
Critics gave it a 62 average and users a 71.5. Lucas gave it an 8.4. What do you give Starship Troopers on your watch from a year later?
Honestly, I like around, I'm going to say 8.5. Just a little bit better.
Just one up him.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's a good movie. From what I remember, it was really good and kind of like unique in the tone of the movie. I don't think I've seen a movie that's quite like struck all the same bells that Starship Troopers has.
It's definitely one of one, for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you both liked it because I enjoyed myself. Yes, it is somewhat campy, and yes, it's obviously so pro-politic and military, but it's a satire about it. And if you don't recognize it, that's why you hate it. But if you recognize it, it's not like Birdemic or Velocipaster or Sharknado satire where it's B movie. It's subtle, clever satire. I think I'm a 7.7, 7.8. I really enjoyed it. And then let's see. Critics. Big Rog. Chicago Sun-Times says Starship Troopers is the most violent kiddie movie ever made. I call it a kiddie movie not to be insulting, but to be accurate. Its action, characters, and values are pitched at 11-year-old sci-fi fans. It's based on a novel for juveniles by Robert Heinlein, and I read it to the point of memorization when I was in grade school. I have improved since then, but the story has not. The one redeeming merit for director Paul Verhoeven's film is that by remaining faithful to the material and period, it adds an element of sly satire. He only gave it 2 out of 4 stars.
I feel like he's confusing liking something when he was young and it being marketed towards kids.
Just because it's marketed towards kids doesn't mean you can't like it.
Yeah, come on, My Little Pony. There's a
A
whole
whole
group of overweight men who would fight this to the death.
Stephen Hunter at the Washington Post said spiritually and psychologically Nazi and born of a Nazi-like imagination, a perversion of Eric Maria Remarque's 1929 novel All Quiet on the Western Front, which portrays the physical and mental tolls of wars by glorifying the horrors of war.
Quite, yes.
They thought it was
Quite.
dark, and I think it kind of is. I mean, the kills and the bugs and the laughs, it's hard to sympathize with the enemy, which is the bugs, but like Lucas said, the more you watch it and realize the satire, you're like, oh, this is a genocide. We're going to these planets to kill them out of nowhere. It's the whites, the natives, it's the Holocaust. You're like, oh, I feel bad for the bugs now.
Or bugs.
And my last critic is James Berardinelli at Real Views. He says, among the most jaw-dropping and easily digestible films of that year. At its best, Starship Troopers replicated the thrills of Aliens, while emulating television teen drama Beverly Hills 90210 in its worst moments. So they get the dichotomy.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Good word.
Dichotomy?
Dichotomy.
Thank you. And then lastly, just some standard reviews. Snoopy Style says filmmaker Paul Verhoeven has a trashy, stylish sensibility. His love of sex and violence really works in this sci-fi schlock, and Casper Van Dien is perfect as the empty-headed matinee idol lead. For the hot action babes quotient, they got the sexy Dina Meyer and Denise Richards, and for a hard-nosed leader role, they've got the perpetually angry Michael Ironside. The cast, the style, the violence, the bugs, all of it makes a great hoot. The CGI is pretty good for its time, too. The spacecraft's going to look better, but the bugs look scary. There's a neo-fascist satire to it all, and of course, some may love this for all the wrong reasons. I kind of love this for every reason. It's not the grotesque or the sci-fi, the battle action, the cheesy story, and I don't take any of it seriously. 8 out of 10.
Oh, Snoopy Style.
He's reliable.
Mm-hmm.
Like a baseball bat.
Yeah, there's no one there. I just fucking phantomed that.
Yeah. Next, returner Gavin6942. Oh, is that the Drake and Josh riff at the end?
Yeah.
They say, I did not care for the film when I saw it in theaters in 97. Rewatching it now in 2015, I like it slightly more. It has some nostalgia value because we have actors like Denise Richards, who's faded away, and Neil Patrick Harris, who's gone on to bigger and better things. But the satire itself is still pretty flat, though. This is not Paul Verhoeven's best work. 5 out of 10.
Some tough users.
Tough love. Returner No God No Master says sex, violence, nudity, big guns, war, bugs, satire, and Denise Richards. Truly inspirational. What else does a real man's movie need? 10 out of 10.
That's a blue collar worker right
That's
there.
a man. That's you.
Yeah.
Another returner, CC the Movie Man -1 says the bug scenes, the giant alien creatures were outstanding and made this film really watchable. Unfortunately, we had to wade through the first hour of this 130 minutes to get to these great action scenes and had to endure a bunch of young, immature, extremely annoying characters and actors. Along the way, you can expect to hear this atheist heavy-handedness, and this movie is no exception. There's a cheap shot at Mormons, a plug or two for evolution, and the customary unrealistic PC baloney of tough women who slug men and take charge. Please. This is so sickening. Fortunately, the second half saves this being a total waste of time, with some fantastic futuristic action scenes of men that are jaw-dropping at times. 4 out of 10. This is a blue-collared worker that is
Yeah.
the opposite.
Yeah.
They're both under the same.
Yeah, different trades. One's an iron